This is the original route from 1921 from this guidebook, and this is the basis of my research.
From all of this, you're saying that somewhere back there, there's a dirt trail?
There is. It's not.
I need to see that.
It's a road. It goes 5 or 6 miles towards the sun here, and it's this road you see right here.
But it's not paved.
It's a dirt road.
You think we can find that back there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go take a look.
It was by the old Van Horn Rodeo Arena just on the edge of town where we ran into a man who enjoys traveling to out-of-the-way places, guided by a 1921 Texas road map. Dan Smith is on a mission to find, of all things, what's left of a road that's been, for the most part, long ago forgotten.
There's the road.
I could get on that road and go all the way to what, Washington, D.C.?
Well, in a manner of speaking. You couldn't get too far on that road, I'm afraid, nowadays.
But in the 1920s, that was my route back east.
In the early 20s, it was the nation's first all-weather transcontinental highway.
They called it the Bankhead Highway, and for decades it was the busiest roadway in America. After opening in the early 20s, the Bankhead stretched from San Diego, California to Washington, D.C., cutting right across Texas for nearly 1,000 miles.
The Bankhead in Texas would run from Texarkana to El Paso. There was a culture shift. Whole new industries came about. Tourist camps, tourist courts eventually. All these developed along the Bankhead.
So this is what you keep looking for, is little pieces of road like this.
Exactly. I'm basically tracking the Bankhead all the way across Texas.
So are there other pieces of road like this while you're out here that you hope to see?
For sure. There should be a really nice stretch of pavement just the other side of Sierra Blanca.
You know where to find it?
Oh yeah.
Mind if I tag along?
It's clear on the maps.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's go take a look.
Some of it's on private property, ranch land, but there's miles and miles and miles of the original Bankhead that's still there. You just have to know where it is. The sheer joy of finding something new. Even when I'm out looking for a piece of old road, there's just a bit of a thrill to see it after all these years. I call it hiding in plain sight.
From his home in Fort Worth, Dan started this research years ago, and he's now become America's recognized expert on the Bankhead Highway, which later became known as Texas 1 and eventually US 80. In the desert of West Texas, searching for fragments of a long-forgotten highway can be a daunting task.
Here, my uncle had a station that was right here.
Every now and then when I'm doing my field research, people will come up and they'll show me pictures of their grandpa's filling station that used to be alongside the road. Are there photographs of those old places like your dad's place?
Yeah, it's right.
You're inside your place there?
Yeah.
I think the Bankhead Highway, in truth, is far more significant than is the Route 66. I know 3 people writing yet more books about Route 66. So far as I know, I'm writing the only book about the Bankhead Highway.
That is me, my mother, my 2 sisters, and my dad.
You know, you say that it's the places you're looking for, but I'm starting to wonder if it's partly about the people you're running into.
For sure, if you're lucky enough to find the people.
Thank you, Mr. Ellison.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thanks a lot.
the information.
All right.
It'll be an all-weather road, and it will draw so many people, and it will provide so many opportunities for moving commerce and people around back and forth. You know, this is the kind of thing that will give a rebirth to the South. I give talks on the subject frequently to various kinds of groups.
On the ground floor of the restored El Capitan Hotel, itself a monument of the old Bankhead, folks gather to hear more about a roadway that's become a relic.
Part of my research involves the historic markers I've made that are enameled aluminum, and they tell the story of the Bankhead Highway in Texas. And I've been peddling those signs, something like Johnny Appleseed, across the state. About 50 of them have gone out so far.
Nice. Well, thank you so much.
All I ask is try to put that somewhere where people can see it.
As Dan heads further west into the desert, he takes us to a place where a section of the original Bankhead has somewhat survived the relentless cruelty of time and weather.
There's going to be a road up here, huh?
Trust me.
You're sure?
Yep.
Oh, would you look at that?
Welcome to the Broadway of America.
How's it feel to be standing on this?
It's fun, it's fun. I knew this road was here, but this is my first chance to actually get out here and see it. You cannot help but wonder when you're standing there looking at that old road. Put your mind back into the 1920s, even the 1930s, and try to imagine long-distance travelers, what must it have been like almost 100 years ago. I mean, this is American history here. This at one time was referred to as the Broadway of America, the road that went from San Diego all the way to Washington, D.C.
With every year that passes, the cracked and broken bits of what's left of the Bankhead Highway become more obscured by the landscape. For Dan Smith, these broken bits are pieces of history, a ribbon of roadway that stretched across an entire nation. Now, though, to walk on the exposed, untouched surface in the middle of the desert is a solitary thrill after so many years of research and hard work.
I can't tell what's going to happen to the old road, but at least in my book, it'll be preserved forever.